Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. Now, this video, what I'm going to show you is part of that. I'm not afraid of any challenge out there. I want the people out there that think they've got the best evidence, that think they know what they're doing. I want them to come and challenge me. I'm going to show you how easy it is to. It's easy. It's easy for me to overcome these people with just simple facts that just clearly shows they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. So what I'm showing you here is, this is my page, right? Okay, so we're going to go over here in the comments, okay? So here's a comment over here. This person posted a comment. It says, to An American Scheme, it says, Janet influence on Michael videos, okay? And then it says like nasty, because this person's saying that Janet Jackson's got talent. Janet Jackson influenced Michael in the videos, and Janet, okay, so this person's trying to say that Janet Jackson has talent, and I'm saying, no, Janet Jackson does not have talent. She's no better than Britney Spears. I would look at her as having and she has no more talent. I would give Britney Spears far more talent than Janet Jackson, because Britney Spears didn't have Michael Jackson as her older brother. So Britney Spears actually had to go out and do it on her own. I mean, I would give her far more credit as having talent, because you're going to tell me that Britney Spears and the best that she couldn't sing as good as Janet? She could sing as good as Janet. You're going to tell me that Britney couldn't dance as good as Janet? She could dance as good as Janet, because that's all they do. And then when you want to talk about which one's more sexy and which one would I rather fuck, I'll take Britney Spears. So in that sense, Britney Spears got all the talent. Even though I'll give Janet. Janet's cute and shit. I don't knock Janet. She's being cute. She is cute. But she has so much surgeries and stuff, it's hard to know like what parts of her actually her and shit. You never know. It's like, well, did she have a nice ass, or did they just suck all the fat out of her ass and shape it to look really nice like that? See, that's the thing about with Janet Jackson. You don't know. It's like, well, did she get that body because she was working out and stuff, and then that's her natural body and it looks good? Or did they just suck all the fat out of her ass and shape it to be perfectly nice and shit? So that's with her, you just don't know at all. You don't know anything about what she really was and shit. Okay, so Janet Jackson. I say Janet Jackson basically this is what I say about the entire Jackson family. I try and make the distinction to try and get people, when I say the Jacksons have no talent, what I mean is that, what I say the Jacksons is that every single family out there, if you've got like a house with 10 kids, every single family out there that's got a house with 10 kids in it basically has the talent of the Jacksons. And we could cut it down and say 50%, because let's say half of them are just such losers and total morons, and they're so ugly, they're terrible people. Okay, so let's say we'll cut it down and we'll give the Jacksons a little bit of credit and say, okay, half of every house out there that's got 10 children has the talent of the Jackson family. They're common talent. There's no talent in that family. Not one of those people would have rose up to reach any kind of fame and fortune in their life without having Michael given to that family. Without Michael given to that family, the Jacksons you'd never hear about any of them. None of them. Only way you would have ever heard about one of them is if one of them committed a crime and killed somebody famous. That's it. They're a bunch of no-talent losers. They were never going to do anything. That family wasn't going nowhere. They didn't have any fucking talent. There was no talent in that family. So Janet's just another part of the fucking Jackson family. But she came up born after Michael Jackson, so Joseph already saw the vision with her. After Michael and stuff, then he knew how to train Janet. Okay, so he raised Janet in that environment, being trained to emulate Michael Jackson, and because of that, she was able to fake it a little bit better than, some of the other people. She could fake it a little bit better, but she's just faking it. She got no fucking talent. Okay, so this person's saying that Janet influenced Michael's videos, and I'm saying she's got no talent. She doesn't do anything. That's impossible for you to even make that statement that she influenced, because she doesn't write her own songs. She doesn't create the videos. She doesn't do, like, she would have hair people that do her image, her makeup, people that dress her. She doesn't do shit. She's nothing. She nothing. Except she did learn the business, the music business. That's a part of like being raised of where she was. She could have grown up and been a successful businesswoman in the music industry, stuff like that. I'll say that she's probably got that talent. And actually, I'm going to prove to you that she's got that talent because she proved that she was a savvy business person. When she was doing all this stuff, she used some of her savvy business skills to do some good for herself. And I'll give her credit for that. But that's not being an artist. That's being a business person. I'll give her credit there. She pulled off a savvy business move here. So we're looking at the songs this person is saying that influenced Janet's videos that influenced Michael's videos. So the one I'm going to point out here is Rhythm Nation, because Rhythm Nation, that's supposed to be the image of the strong black woman, okay? This is a young, strong black woman. She's going to stand up and do it for herself. We're coming of age. We're women. We're black. We're empowered. We're strong, okay? So Rhythm Nation is the one I'm specifically going to point out because it has that strong image of what Janet Jackson, when you claim to say this is what she represents, Rhythm Nation really represents all of that stuff, right? So it says here, Rhythm Nation 1989 jam to Michael in 1992, saying that she influenced him. That's what this person is saying. Okay, so this is the Wikipedia for Rhythm Nation. Okay, this is the Wikipedia for Rhythm Nation. Now, I'm going to show you up here. I'm going to highlight this part. This is what Janet did, like the savvy businesswoman of what she did. It says track listing. It says all tracks are written by and produced by Janet Jackson, James Harris, and Terry Lewis, okay? Except where noted. But what happens really, see it says writers here, and it just says Harris Lewis constantly. Harris Lewis, okay? They're the talent. Now, here's the thing. How could Janet Jackson possibly represent a strong woman who's coming in power, who's got the talent and is taking control? How could she represent that when she doesn't write any of her own music? She doesn't write her own songs. Men write her songs. Men wrote her songs. Men wrote the music for her songs. Men did that. She didn't do it. She got no talent. So how can you say that a woman is going to represent this era of the strength of the woman and men did all the work for her? That doesn't represent woman. What that represents is that a woman's not talented unless she's backed by a strong man. See? When you actually look at the evidence and look at the facts. So, what Janet did though, when it says that all songs are written by all three of them, right? And sometimes you would find Janet's name could be placed there, right? But what that is what I'm saying is that when Janet's singing, she has to give some of her expression, right? Like she might just do like a ooh, you know? Okay, well, technically, if she went, ooh, she wrote that line in the song. Okay, so that was her contribution. And what she did is she told the Harrison Lewis, she said, okay, look, I'm going to make a deal. We're gonna sell albums. You guys are going to write all the songs and shit. I'll sing them and do the videos and shit. And she's like, but I want credit as being a songwriter. Because it's about money, though. It's not about the respect. It's not about the properness of being who's a songwriter. That's just a money deal. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, she was a savvy businesswoman. She understood the music industry, and she said, that's my voice and that's my emotion on that song, regardless if I wrote the song or what, you know? She said, when I get in there and I do that, she says, that's part of me which should entitle me to a piece of the songwriting credits. It's a financial thing. Because she told him, if you want to work with me, I'm Janet Jackson. I'm the younger sister of Michael Jackson, of which you can turn into a big star because of her name and stuff, right? So she knew enough how to strong arm them and said, you want to work with me? You want the name Janet Jackson on your music? I want freaking songwriting credits because I want money. It's all about money. That's a money deal. That's not a talent deal. That was a money deal. And the only reason she could pull that off, again, because she was backed by a strong man, Michael Jackson. Without the connection to Michael Jackson, Janet's nothing. So that's what I'm saying. I'm exposing Rhythm Nation. Is she's supposed to be you know, what it all represents for women and black empowerment and everything, and you go and look at the facts of the case, and it's like, this doesn't represent that at all. This represents a bunch of men doing the work and then just putting a fucking sexy little girl to shake her ass. She's just a fucking dumb hooker out there shaking her ass. That's just like Britney Spears. That's all there's nothing here. So, now let me show you a little more, because there is one song there. It's Black Cat. Okay, the song Black Cat, and think about the song the way it is, right? Black Cat, right? So now Black Cat has written by Jackson, but we know she's not a songwriter, so it's really easy, and it's like, well, why does she have the songwriting credit on there as being her? And it's like, well, let's investigate. Over here, it's got the music, right? And it says Jackson and Jelly Bean Johnson, right? Okay, now you go to the guy Jelly Bean Johnson, right? This is Jelly Bean Johnson. So now what I'm saying is that clearly this guy wrote the song. He wrote the song, Black Cat. But Janet Jackson had a strong arm over allowing anybody to get credit on her album that wasn't Harris Lewis and herself. She had power over that, right? So Janet wanted the song Black Cat, but she would not allow this guy to get songwriting credit on the album. She wouldn't allow him. So what Janet Jackson did, she bought that song from this guy. And then she gives him the credit as a songwriter. She pays him off as the songwriter, so Janet now holds the ownership of that song, and she puts her name there as the songwriter. She did not write that song. I would freaking, like I'm saying, it's called slander. When if you say something to somebody, like I'm saying Janet Jackson did not write that fucking song, that she would have paid that guy off and she put her name there, and it's basically fake. It's a scam, right? So that technically is slander. I'm slandering her because I'm saying that she's lying. And I'm saying it's the story of what's documented. I'm saying it's a lie, and I'm willing to stand up in public, and I'm willing to stand up in court against her. She could sue me all she wants. I'm standing up and saying Janet Jackson did not fucking write that song. And I'll fucking stand up in court and fight her if she ever wanted to. Like I'm intentionally slandering her. I'm telling you, she is not talented enough. I'm slandering Janet Jackson, that she does not have the fucking talent. I'm intentionally slandering Janet Jackson's talent. I'm doing it. I challenge any of them dumb motherfuckers. The Janet Jacksons can't ever do anything to me because my story's true, that Michael's not part of the family. And once you take Michael Jackson out of the family, now we know that the Jacksons have no talent. And do you think the Jacksons are ever going to challenge me and have it exposed that they're not related to Michael? So then now we know that they would never do that. Okay, so I can sit here and I can slander the Jacksons all I fucking want, and all they can do is stick their fucking thumbs up their asses. Because they're no talent fucking Jacksons. They got all the money in the world. Like, if you guys want me to get sued by the Jacksons, expose my story. If my story gets out there and it gets exposed, then I can be sued by the Jacksons because my words will be trying to discredit them. Then they can sue me, okay? There has to be damage. The story's got to get big enough where I actually start to damage their reputation. Okay, if I do that, then I could be held responsible for slander. So if you people want me to be sued by the Jacksons, get my story out there. Then if I'm wrong, they would have the opportunity to sue me. But I'm not wrong, so I know they can't sue me, so I am in no fear of being sued from any fucking no-talent Jackson fucking losers. Fuck them. None of them. Berry Gordy can't sue me. Diana Ross can't sue me. Fucking Smokey Robinson can't sue me. None of them. Because my story's true. And all it would do once we get into court, it would just fucking prove my story. So then none of them are going to do anything. I have no fear against these fucking losers. None. So let me read to you what it says here. It says, Gary George Jelly Bean Johnson is an American drummer, guitarist, songwriter, producer, and musician based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. A member and drummer of The Time. That's the band The Time that's in the movie Purple Rain with Prince. Okay, so that's why he's from Minneapolis. He used to work with Prince. And Prince is a world-class musician. Prince is not just a singer, songwriter. Prince plays all the instruments. So all the people that would be hanging around Prince, you're talking about world-class musician, real artist. He's a real artist. He plays drums. He plays the guitar. He's a songwriter. Okay, this is the guy that they're saying that is the guy who produced Janet Jackson's Black Cat song. It's like, no, he wrote the song. Janet strong-armed him and would not allow the song to appear on the record unless she got total credit as the songwriter, because she got some kind of deal that only her and Harrison Lewis would be allowed to appear as songwriters on the album. It's money shit, and it's technicality stuff, but you can see the truth of their fucking cover-up. Like I'm saying, Janet did not write that song. She is not a songwriter. This guy is. Again, you've got a man doing the work and the woman taking credit. How does that represent the Rhythm Nation of the strong black woman's image? That does not represent it whatsoever. Janet Jackson's a fraud. She's a fraud to black culture. She's a fraud to the strength of a black woman's image. She's a total fraud. She got no talent. Everything about her is a fucking fraud. Because she's not related to Michael Jackson. They pulled a scam on you fucking idiots. So it says here also, it says, he was a drummer of the time who worked along with famed producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's this guy, the Jelly Bean guy. He also worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So he worked with Prince, he worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I would say that this guy's got credentials of being a professional musician and a real artist. This guy's got the credentials. So you're going to tell me that Janet, the one song that says to be written by her, when you find out that this is the guy that's the producer, this guy wrote the song, clearly. But Janet fucking bought it off him. She did not write that song. She didn't write anything. She didn't do shit. She got no fucking talent. So, how could Michael Jackson possibly be influenced by Janet Jackson when Janet Jackson doesn't create any of her own art? It's impossible. It's impossible. She's not an artist. So then, therefore, Michael Jackson could never be influenced by Janet Jackson, who's not even an artist. That's all there is to that. That's case closed. Janet Jackson's fucking nothing. So like I'm saying, I'll stand up to any challenge from anybody. Look at the actual facts, and you'll see that you think that these fuckers are going to come back and try and debunk my work? Never! They can't do it. Like I said, I'll go to court against the Jacksons. They can't debunk my work. Nobody can. Now, this is same type of thing. Like I'm saying, people are out there telling stories and shit, and they got all this work and stuff, and they think they've got something. I will debunk your work. Your whole fucking shit does not hold up. It's fake. So right here it says, King Michael and the love of his life. The king of pop, his life, his generosity, his compassion, and the one and only love of his life, Diana. Okay? So this is clearly a story that has been out there. I didn't do this. This story's already out there. Okay? I have come in and said that once you clearly see that the Michael and Diana story is not sexual in nature, then it's something else. And I've proven, documented, I could show you all that stuff. There's no way that there's any real form of sexual. It's not sexual in nature. It's something else, but it's super love. It's super close. It's all of the other stuff. And once you can conclude that it's not sexual in nature, which I've proven all that shit, I can debunk it, run over that shit. Nobody will overcome my work. They can never debunk my work. They can just keep spouting the fucking same lies of what they've been spouting for all the past years. They only tell the same story. Never do they come and debunk my work to show me why my work's wrong. They can't do that. They can't do it, which clearly shows it's because my work's right. If they could debunk me, somebody would have debunked me by now. They throw a little attempt at me, I go back and debunk their work, and that's the end of the fucking story. Nobody fucking challenged me. They can't challenge me because I'm right. So, what I've been showing you here is there's a thing about Michael and Diana that has nothing to do with anything of the work of what I've done. Nothing. I just finally came up to the point where I asked the question that, hey, could that relationship be that she was his mother? And then I investigated that fucking story. And when you investigate that story, then you find the real truth and stuff, right? So here, let's go ahead and run down through this because there's so much stuff on this page here. So, like right there, it says, is Evan Ross the son of Michael Jackson and Diana Ross? Again, we're talking about like, because, a lot of people probably, because of the Billie Jean song, they're thinking that maybe Evan's the song. There's all kinds of stuff there. But this is, again, the stuff. Okay, so, and one of the things about that is that what the people are saying is that Evan Ross kind of resembles Michael. That's the other part of what's going on. The reason they're saying that is because people are saying, well, Evan kind of resembles Michael too. Okay, well, if they both have the same mother, then wouldn't that resemblance be there? My story holds up again. And like I said, when you prove that Michael and Diana are not sexual in nature of the relationship, then that story breaks down, so then Michael could not possibly be the father. And then, so then what is the story here? Oh, well, then why does Evan look like fucking Michael? Why does he have similar mannerisms? Like, because Michael and Diana are so similar and stuff. And so Evan has some of that. And it's not fake. See, like, when Evan talks, he speaks with his natural voice and shit, right? And there's mannerisms there that are similar. He looks similar to Michael, and there's mannerisms that are same. The Jacksons, when you see the Jacksons go to lower their voice, you could tell they're faking it as fuck. That's not their proper mannerisms. It's not them. It's not who they are. They just, let me talk like this, because let me talk like Michael. It's fake as you can tell they're faking it. They could tell that they're intentionally trying to do that to try and appear to be fucking like a Michael and shit, right? So, okay, so there's all this stuff here. Okay, so let's go ahead and, on the right side over here is more of like, there's a lot of little sayings and stuff with these pictures and stuff, right? So it says, young MJ grinning broadly because Di kissed him. Okay, because there's a lipstick on the cheek. Okay, fine. So what? That's not. But then it says down here, it says, look. Let me see a little bit more there so you can see that. Okay, it says, look closely at his mouth. She tongued him down. It said. Okay, so if Diana Ross ever in her life was kissing Michael Jackson and giving him tongue and having that form of anything, there would be some form of a documentation of it. And there's nothing. It's not there. And so these people make shit up like this. Oh, look closely at his mouth. She tongue. What? So what? Why? What are you saying that? Because he's got lipstick? Well, Michael would wear lipstick and stuff. I don't even understand what she's saying. If you don't got a fucking photo, if through all the history of what you're saying they're together, and you're saying that she proudly proclaimed, me and Michael are in love, and there's nothing you could do. All the stuff that they claim, all this stuff, and you can't find me any fucking photos of them actually kissing like that. It's not there. And it would be there clearly if they actually had. So it says, Di has tribute for MJ and calls him her love. Okay? Yeah. Of course, he is her love. That's what she does. What's it there? It says, slowly the truth emerges. Slowly my truth emerges, because your story's all fucking lies. And anybody pushing this story that Michael and Diana were involved in a sexual relationship, you have no facts to back that up. I'll challenge any one of those stupid motherfuckers. Anybody who puts a video like that, I will constantly debunk it and overturn it and fucking show. I'll show that you're wrong. MJ and his true love, it says there with Diana. It's not that. She's singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough on that fucking thing, just like she was singing on the first time when she's singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough, when she's singing on that the first show where she's calling him a child in the audience. Then she's singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and she says Ain't No Mountain High Enough. She looks right over to Michael and points at him, and she says, to keep me from you. As a kid. Oh, so you're telling me that she was all fucking ready to start fucking this kid. She knew there was nothing going to keep her away from that little kid at that age when Michael's already 10 years old. She's already totally infatuated with him. And she was, but it was something else. Bliss, how he loved that woman. Yeah, he did. There's something there. There's something there. And I keep saying, I didn't create what's there. What is there is there. Look at the love written all over his face. Picture of MJ and Diane. Okay, I'm going to step a little bit more since I'm over here like that. Okay, picture of MJ and Diane on his rumored journal, pic from Tumblr. So that's like, I'm not his rumored journal. And if his rumored journal, see, that's the thing that's like, okay, I don't know about that journal. But now looking at it, it's like, well, it's that photo. That's the photo, and that's like the one where they're dressed like twins, so when they're doing the rock with you, which I tell you that's the shirt that he's got on the Billie Jean Motown 25 performance, that he's wearing specifically that shirt. When I tell you that Billie Jean is Diana Ross, that's the song that he's explaining when Diana informed him that she was his real mother. So this is like I'm saying, I don't know that book, but they're saying that's a rumored freaking journal of him, and look at the picture that's on it, but I don't know exactly what that is and stuff, right? So here's the thing that says, Michael signs Diana's CD. It says, "You are truly supreme. Glad to be with you again. I love you, Michael Jackson." Okay? So why wouldn't he say that to his mother? Why is that not emotions and words that would perfectly be the mother-son relationship of the abandoned child, just like what I say, all of this stuff, right? And now you gotta remember, he wasn't raised with her. And Michael would have known Diana Ross as being the Supremes before he finds out that she's his mother. So that's the weird thing, where Michael would have already thought that woman was beautiful. That's what I'm saying. He already would have admired Diana Ross before he finds out that she's his mother. So there's already this other built-in emotions that exist where he respects her as being a supreme. There's weird shit. That's what you see. That's what you're seeing with the affection and all of the complex emotions and stuff that are going on. It's this, my story tells everything. Okay, and it says here, "Crazy in Love," MJ wears Diana on his clothes. That's that jacket he has. It's a Diana Ross. It says Diana Ross, on that jacket, because he's so infatuated with Diana Ross. His cutout of Diana was one of his favorite things. The picture there with Diana in the back, always Diana around. And it says he often called her the goddess. Diana and her kids. Special section MJ had for her. Okay, yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. There's no doubt that their relationship, it's documented as hell. It's so documented that they had this, like I said, she ends up in his will. In which she would not have ended up in his will if they had a falling out, because she married the Arnie Ness. And he's mad at her because of that. And if they had a love affair, and then MJ was mad that she was marrying other people and stuff, okay, well, they still could have been friends, but not to the point of where she would have ended up in his will. That would have negated that. Remember, he writes the song Dirty Diana. Okay, so if all of that stuff happened, they could have had a friendship, but you could see their friendship wasn't super duper close. Michael's doing his own thing and stuff. There's stuff going on. But the fact that she ends up in his will, that would have negated the history of what they had and all their experience. Michael would have not have trusted her in the position over his children and his finances. He wouldn't have put her in that position in the will with those things happening, unless it's a family thing. Blood's thicker than water. So that stuff goes on, right? So it says, Diana on cover of old faded RTT poster. RTT, I'm not sure what that, obviously it was about her. Okay, so yeah, it's always about, so it says, here's the part what I'm going to show you on this. It says, Diana on cover of Lady in My Life, okay? And it does look like Diana. I looked for that and I couldn't find it. I was looking for the single for Lady in My Life, to see if that's the cover. Like I said, I couldn't actually find that to verify it. But I'll assume it's real, okay? Let's just assume it's real. Diana on the cover of Lady on My Life. So it says here, for years, song was rumored to be about her, okay? Lady in My Life, song is rumored to be about Diana, okay? And it says, this person's always trying to show, like I said, that there's having a relationship. It says, love note on the History album for Diana. And it says, my special thanks to Diana Ross. All my love, Michael Jackson. Down here it says, I love you, Diana. Okay, and then that's the picture from Motown 25 that I say is the super duper thing, because Michael has returned to her, and it's come full circle, 25 years. Like I said, Michael would be about 25 that time, because Michael is abandoned right as the Motown's being developed, and so now he's come back to her. They're performing on Motown 25, the significance and all of that. And so yeah, he totally given her all the love and all the respect of what it is, but he's not fucking her. He can, if he's the child in the abandoned, it fits. My story fits. Their story does not, because they're not. And it says here, he did that, and it says, while married to Lisa. Well, this person is clearly claiming that Michael's only love is to Diana, but then he marries Lisa. And then you look at the Lisa stuff and you can see that there's no sexual relationship going on there and stuff, It's all fake, Michael. So then if if Michael was capable of faking a marriage because of public perception, there's the only reason why he fakes the marriage to Lisa is because he's trying to gain a better public perception for himself and shit, because it's right after the child pedophile allegations start and stuff, right? So then he marries, Lisa Marie, it's just ridiculous and stuff. It's totally fake. But so if Michael is willing to do that kind of a lie to the public, how does he learn how to lie to the public like that? Oh, well, if he's been living his whole life as a lie, he was never part of the Jacksons, and then he's got this relationship with Diana, and they're clearly showing it to everybody, but nobody can understand it. My story explains everything. Never does my story break down. Does never. It never does. Because my story is the only one that's real. The eyes of love only for her. Yeah, that's his mother. He wants to be with her so bad. The only thing in his world that he actually wants is to be acknowledged and accepted 100% by his real mother, Diana Ross. He wants to be accepted in the public. And he can't, so he craves like all this little stuff. He craves it. And it's taken all of his attention to where he's like, here, the shrine MJ kept to Diana, the love of his life. And so here's a picture of... because Michael had rooms and stuff and shrines and stuff, and so here's one of them. He got this shrine all to Diana. All Diana stuff. Every picture. This is stuff that you would find with Michael Jackson, Diana Ross. You have a shrine to her. Like, there's something there. And like I said, once you see it's not sexual in nature, then what is it? This looks like, doesn't that look like a child who was abandoned by his mother, the great Diana Ross? Then Diana Ross comes back and embraces Michael Jackson and says to reclaim him and stuff. But then they separate again and she's not really being his mother. Isn't this what you might find from a child who's in that situation, craving to be part of his mother's life and longing to actually be claimed by his mother as who he actually is? Isn't this what you might see? Yes, my story holds up again, constantly, over and over. To my goddess is written on far wall. MJ kisses love of his life, Diana. Okay? MJ kisses love of his life, Diana. And it's always on the cheek. Clearly on the cheek, 100%. Like right here, this one, this is where she's calling him a child. She's going to play my son. So no way are they having a sexual relationship. And then she's going to go to the Oscars and refer to him as my son. Boy, that's some creepy fucking shit, you fucking losers. That you would actually think that they would be having a relationship and then she would go to the Oscars and refer to him as my son. That's some creepy fucking weird shit. That's some fucking freaky shit. Okay, so it's just constantly over and over. Now this one I really wanted to show you here on these album covers. Okay, because the similarities of what they did is just ridiculous. It's so blatantly obvious. But really, I wanted to point out, I want to emphasize when you're because I'm saying that they're doing this to show you the similarities of this shit. Oh, it's crazy, right? But see her eyelashes. Okay, see her eyelashes. And see Michael's eyelashes. See how they're identical of what they've done? See the little, how he's got them like, see how they're the same there? Like when you look at the bottom, it's really, really clear to see like the eyelashes, the way they're done. It's identical. So there's so much more here about what's going on, about the reality of like what that frickin' picture means to Michael, you know, what they represent and stuff. There's just no doubt about it. Okay, so this person, the theme of this video was that Diana Ross is the lady of Michael Jackson's life. That this person was saying that song was supposed to be rumored to possibly be about Michael's love for her and stuff. Okay, so, well, let's check that out then. Does that hold up when you put it up to the scrutiny of testing the evidence and shit, right? The lady in my life. I'll just go ahead and read that. The Lady in My Life is one of Michael Jackson's songs in the album, Thriller, and was the last song on that album. The song was written by Rod Temperton. Song's written by Rod Temperton. He's the guy who wrote Thriller. Michael didn't write that song. Michael did not write, and Michael writes a lot of songs, okay? So that song, those words that are in that song were not created by Michael Jackson that he's thinking in his head, that he's thinking about Diana Ross. It's boom. There goes that. So if you're saying the song is rumored to be about Diana, you can't say that because Michael did not write that fucking song. So the emotions and the context of how those words would relate to the actual mind and soul of Michael Jackson relating to Diana Ross, it's invalid. He didn't write the fucking song. He didn't write the song. And Michael Jackson writes his own fucking songs. If he wants to write a song about Diana Ross, he would do that. And he did. And that's what Billie Jean is. That's what Billie Jean is. Billie Jean is that song. It's not Lady in My Life. You people have got it all wrong. You're seeing it all wrong, and I show you the evidence to show you. Janet Jackson does not hold up. Janet Jackson don't hold up. You fucking put her to the test with the evidence, it doesn't hold up. She breaks down. She doesn't have the talent. She's being propped up by men. What image of a strong black woman does that represent in our society, the Rhythm Nation, and fucking, how does that represent that when everybody that's actually doing all the work for her are men? Men did everything for her. She did nothing. Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, it's claiming to be that they have a love relationship, and that's what it's, and when you investigate it, it's not there. It does not hold up. It doesn't hold up ever. And when you see that it does not hold up, but you know that that relationship exists, why are you people not willing to give it a chance that maybe it could be that Diana's actually Michael's actual mother? And then you go into do the investigation to that. What you find out now is that you see that the whole Jackson story falls apart. It does not hold up, but my story does. And not only does my story hold up, I've got actual evidence to back it up. And if anybody dares to challenge me, they'll get dealt with properly, because I'm the only fucking master here running the fucking whole ceremony over Michael Jackson's life and his eternal fucking glory of being the guy who exposes the lies of all of the fucking bullshit that's going on in the world, because he's going to expose all of the lies of the media, all of the lies of the public, all of the lies of the record companies, all of it. All of it gets exposed by Michael Jackson's life. Michael Jackson can be the greatest fucking warrior for humankind that ever existed, but I just need the fans to actually start caring about Michael Jackson and actually stand up for him.